Good morning, students. This is next topic in second chapter, that is matter around us pure. The topic is concentration of solution. What is concentration of solution? The amount of solute is present in given solvent. That means in given solvent how much amount of solute is present, that is called concentration of solution. What is it? In given solvent how much amount of solute is present, that is called concentration of solution. Here some concentrations are there. That first one is mass percentage or weight percentage. Mass percentage or weight percentage. For example, I tell the formula, then you will get idea. Mass percentage of solute. Mass percentage of solute. That means we want mass percentage of solute is equal to what? Mass of solute by mass of solute plus mass of solvent into 100. Or simply we can write in denominator mass of solution, because solution means what? Solute plus solvent. So mass percentage of solute equal to mass of solute by mass of solute plus mass of solvent into 100. That is about formula for mass percentage of solute. Then what about mass percentage of solvent, students? Mass of solvent by mass of solvent plus mass of solute into 100. I hope you understand this concept. Next, see mass percentage of solvent. What is the formula? I taught you already. Mass of solvent by mass of solute plus mass of solvent into 100. Based on this one question is given, that is, a solution contains 40 grams of common salt. Common salt means NaCl. NaCl is, that is another name. Actually NaCl name is sodium chloride. That is also called common salt. A solution contains 40 grams of common salt in 320 grams of water. That means two substances are given, students. One is common salt, another one is water. What is the weight of common salt? 40 grams. What is the weight of water? 320 grams. Calculate the concentration in terms of mass by mass percentage of solution. Calculate the concentration in terms of mass by mass of solution. That means what? We have to calculate mass percentage of solute, mass percentage of solvent. How can we say that? Here see, mass by mass percentage of solution. That means we have to find mass percentage of solute and mass percentage of solvent. Before that we should know what is solute, what is solvent. In this question, see, 40 grams common salt, 320 grams water. That means which is less amount? Common salt is less amount and water is more amount. So that common salt will be solute and water will be solvent. So mass percentage of solute, nothing but mass percentage of common salt is equal to what? Mass of solute by mass of solute plus mass of solvent into 100. What is mass of solute? 40 by 40 plus 320 into 100. Then finally we get this one. Similarly, mass percentage of solvent, that means water, is equal to how much? First we should write the formula always. Mass of solvent by mass of solvent plus mass of solute. Mass of solvent by mass of solvent plus mass of solute into 100. What is mass of solvent, students? According to the formula, 320 by 320 plus 40 into 100. Then you get this value. So this is about what, students? Mass percentage. This is one of the concentration method. There are some more concentration methods, but in this syllabus, in our syllabus, this is only there. You just focus on this concept only regarding concentration methods in this chapter. Next topic is Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect. Very, very important definition, students. What is that? The phenomenon of scattering. Scattering means splitting of light by the colloidal particles. By the colloidal particles is called Tyndall effect. That means what, students? When light is passed on colloidal particles, when light is fall on colloidal particles, then immediately splitting takes place. That is called scattering. That phenomenon is called Tyndall effect. That's it. So what is the definition, students? The phenomenon of scattering of light by the colloidal particles is called Tyndall effect. Conditions. That means how Tyndall effect exhibits. What is the condition to exhibit Tyndall effect? See, the wavelength of the light should be less than size of the colloidal particles. That means we are passing light, I told you. For that light, wavelength should be very less. Wavelength should be very less compared to size of the colloidal particles. Then only light will be scattered. That phenomenon is called what, students? Tyndall effect. Next, students. Next thing. The refractive indices of dispersed phase and dispersion medium should be very high. That means this is actually physics. In this point comes in physics, students. You just remember this point. That means to show the Tyndall effect, the refractive indices should be very high. If you don't remember this point, no problem, students. But the previous condition is very, very important. Next, students. In colloid, like solute and solvent in solution, in colloidal solutions also two substances are present. They are dP and dm. I just repeat it once again, listen carefully. Like solute and solvent, in solution, colloidal solution also contains two substances. They are dP and dm. dP means lesser amount, like solute. dm means major amount, like solvent. This dP is also called dispersed phase. dm means dispersion medium. Dispersed phase, dispersion medium. Less amount, more amount. See, based on dP and dm, the colloidal solutions are classified into 8 types, students. How many types? 8 types. See, dP, dm. Examples. That means dP in solid state, dm also in solid state. That means this is solid in solid type of colloidal solution, students. Solid in solid type. Both are in solid states. Both are present in solid states. For that examples, colored glass and gemstones. Colored glass means in our homes, colored glasses are there. Brown colored glass, green colored glasses are there. We used to take cold drink or something in that glasses. So those glasses are called colored glasses. Those are colloidal solutions, students. You should remember. Gemstones means rings. In our rings, in gold rings, sometimes we use red color stone, green color stone, white colored, yellow colored. All these are what? Colloidal solutions. So in that colloidal solutions, both dP and dm are what, students? Solids. Next one. dP is solid, dm is liquid. That means this is solid in liquid type, students. This is what? Solid in liquid type. Example, blood, milk of magnesia. Blood, you know, blood is in red color, but in that blood, water is present, students. That water is in more amount, but albuminides also present. Albuminides means red blood cells. Because of presence of that albuminides, blood is in red color. So what you have to understand, students, blood contain water, that is dm, but the albuminides are present in solid state. Due to the presence of those albuminides, blood is in red color. Similarly, milk of magnesia, we will discuss about this one later. Just remember, that is a solid in liquid type of colloidal solution. Next, solid in gas. That means dP is solid, dm is gas. Example, smoke, dust. See, you know, smoke contains some carbon particles, students. Those carbon particles are present in solid state. Remaining are gases. So that is why it is solid in gas. Similarly, dust also contains solid particles, students. Remaining thing are gas. That means gas is dm. Next, liquid in solid, students. Liquid in solid. Example, cheese, jellies. Cheese, you know, cheese. In that cheese, solid amount is more, liquid amount is less, students. Similarly, in jellies also, solid amount is more, liquid amount is less. That is why it comes under liquid in solid type solution. Next, liquid in liquid. That means both are liquids, man. For that best example, milk. I told you yesterday, milk contains liquid fat and water. Both are present in liquid states. So milk is a colloidal solution. Similarly cold green. Next, liquid gas, that means liquid is the dp, gas is the dm, that means this is liquid in gas type, students. For that example, fog, cloud, you know clouds. In that clouds, most of the amount are what, gas, but some liquid droplets are present, students, in that cloud. Liquid droplets are amount is less, that means water droplets amount is less, remaining things are what, gas. So that is why it comes under liquid in gas, liquid in gas. Next, gas solid, that means dp is gas, and dm is solid, that means gas in solid, students. Gas, example, take rubber, sponge, you know sponge very well. In that sponge, small holes are present, students. In that small holes, air is present. In that small holes, air is present. So that air is trapped in that holes, that means that is gas in solid, that means gas amount is less, solid amount means more. See, in that sponge, small amount of holes are present, remaining thing are present in solid state. That holes, in that holes, gas is present, that is why it is present, it comes under gas in solid. Examples are what, rubber and sponge. Similarly, gas is dp and liquid is dm, that means gas in liquid. For example, froth, froth, you know froth or foam. See, when we apply soap, immediately froth will come. In that froth, bubbles are present. What is that bubbles? That bubbles contains gas, and most amount is what, liquid, remaining amount is liquid. That gas bubbles present in liquid, that is, it comes under gas in liquid type. Examples are what, students, froth. So these are what, students, these are classification of colloidal solution based on physical states of dp and dm. This is very important, students, for 1 mark. Still some more topics are there, we will discuss those topics in next video. Thank you, students.